choices. You need to have many choices for everyone. But I believe when your menu is too big and you bring to people too many choices, they want more. And they want more. But if you have reduced choices, it's more straightforward.
That's like if you go to some restaurants and they only have a set menu. You're like, okay, I'm fine with that, right? Most people are fine with that because there's a set menu for dinner. Yeah. And that's it. You know, like Michelin star restaurants, and that's all they have, and people are fine with that. But I think because we don't have that Michelin star, we can't really get away with that in a sense, right? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we can. I don't know, but I'm sure we could do something like that. But I mean, you kind of do with your omakase menu, right? You kind of like
most of the people go
because most people don't know what they get and they don't see a menu, right? They just get told what it is when it gets put down in front of them. And
that is nice because I have this experience many times that I go to the approach tables, when I have the opportunity to be in the floor. I bring the menu, I explain, and the guy said, "Oh, guys, let's close the menus, let the chef choose for us."
That's one good thing, like going back to what we were saying before, like there's a lot of people that complain, I have this dietary requirement. But actually a lot of people in Hong Kong, because they're so well travelled and they do eat out all the time, they're happy with a lot of people are like, yeah, just bring me whatever. And they do have like a palate that's they don't mind what
more
meat,
open
right?
palate.
Yeah, they have a palate that's like, oh yeah, I can eat anything. And they've eaten good food all around the world, so like for me, like it's annoying because I'm busy, but it's also good when it's like, oh, actually, chef, can you just choose
whatever
4 tapas for us, what that you like? And I like it when customers come in and they understand that actually when I go to a restaurant,
it's better to ask the chef.
Yeah, like in a sense that because they're trying to understand the chef's palate.
Exactly.
Because when you go to a restaurant, what the customer should be experiencing is what the chef likes, what his palate is trained to like, right? And I like it when people like that because like one of the most annoying things that I hear is, and it works both ways, and sometimes people just tell me, oh, I should just take the compliment. It's like, I remember we have an octopus dish as well, and someone's like, oh my god, it tastes exactly like Spain. Or people are like, oh, it doesn't taste like Spain. And I'm like, I don't want you to say that. All I want you to say is, oh my god, this dish that you created is beautiful. Whether it tastes like Spain or it doesn't taste like Spain. Because if I was in Spain and I have this dish, you'd be like, oh my god, this is really good. But just because I'm British doesn't mean say it's going to be, either it's going to be authentic or it's not, whatever. It's like, no, this is my... It doesn't matter if I'm in Spain or the UK or Hong Kong or wherever in the world. This is my taste.
Technique. It's your taste
of how I cook an octopus and then what should go with it to give it more flavor. That is my interpretation of it. So, like I remember explaining this to someone in the way of like someone actually give me a compliment that, oh my god, it tastes exactly like Spain. I'm like, well, just because you had it in Spain doesn't mean to say it was good. Right? It's like, I want you to go, oh my god, this octopus dish is the best octopus, or one of the best octopus dishes I've ever had. It was really good. It reminds me of the good ones I had.
I prefer this comment because, for example, a few times I the same way is people go around the world. I have one more bottle there, so
okay.
No worries. All is.
I don't need to slow down then.
No.
But it's like. But if someone said to you like, oh my god, it tastes like Peru, but you are Peruvian, so why does it need to taste like Peru? No, it should be your interpretation of the dish, right?
That's my point. Like
I know they're trying to pay a compliment, and I understand that, so I'm always very like gracious and like humbled and like, thank you, that's really, really kind. And because I know what they mean, but maybe they don't have the words, but the best words for me are,
it is amazing.
Your octopus dish is one of the best.
This is good, yes, right. Yeah. Because for example, some people go to Peru, and of course the difference between in ceviches, the onion, the coriander, the lime juice is totally different than here.
Yeah, I was talking to someone about this.
I make the same dish that I can make it in Peru, but it will taste different because the flavor of the coriander or the onion in Peru is more intense than here.
It's better as well, and it's more balanced as well, right?
When people go to Peru and eat the ceviche and coming to my place and they eating the ceviche, like they say it, it's not the same as I taste in Peru. I'm disappointed. I'm like
well, of course, we're using different ingredients. We're using local.
If you are a cosmopolitan person and you are a worldwide person, you will understand that it's different.
Yeah.
So in the other way around, like if people say it doesn't taste what I eat in that place, or it tastes same as I eat in Peru, I take it in a good way all the time. But also it's like as you say it, no? If you say it, this ceviche was really amazing.
Yeah.
It tastes better.
Yeah.
No? It's way better.
I love the dish that you did. Basically, it doesn't matter if I'm in Peru or not, or if I'm in London or if I'm in Tokyo. Your ceviche is one of the best I've ever had. That's the compliment. No, but that's one of the compliments.
Oh, you were saying example, no, because you tried it.
No, but yours is. I love it. I love your ceviches because I've asked you for the recipe before and you've never given it to me. Still.
Oh, I didn't.
No, you've never given it to me.
I thought I did. No.
You've never given it
Did
to
you
me.
ask me?
Yes, I've asked you a few times. He doesn't want to give it to me.
I swear to God, he didn't ask.
I have. You go back about 2 years in your WhatsApp, you will find it. I'm sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No. Keep in talking. I will bring the
Okay.
wine. I will do something that we shouldn't do it, but it's okay. It's my home.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about alone because I'm.
Oh, you always know what.
No, I like to talk to people. I just don't like to talk by myself because I feel a bit crazy for talking by myself. But while I wait for wine, I'm happy with that.
If no one knows Simon can work, talk, twerk at the same time. You see, okay.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I got nervous there by myself, by the way. No, I'm joking. Yeah, no, you're not going to give me your recipe, are you, ever?
Oh, I swear to God. We can do it next time together.
So, I know I do love your ceviche. I love your ceviche. I love it. Every time I come, that's normally the first thing I order. And every time in Tokyo or Lima, it's like, okay, the omakase. Do you remember in Chicha, you used to have the trio of ceviches? Every time it was that one. I like the one with, was it lime and coconut or something? Or lime and
no, that one was the hot ceviche. The crab club.
No, what was on the trios? There was one, or it was like coriander and lime or something?
No, the classic one.
Yeah.
The octopus one with passion fruit.
Probably that one, if it's passion fruit, probably.
Fruit.
Yeah.
And then the tuna one. So that was the three ceviches.
Yeah. Tuna and the octopus. Yeah. Because I love passion fruit and I love tuna. Yeah.
No. What I do now in Tokyo Lima is I go back a little bit that trend that I was having in Chicha to sell three ceviches.
We sell this wine.
Huh?
We sell this wine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Also.
It's from
This
Amoroso.
is good one.
Yeah. From Amoroso.
We have the same suppliers.
Yeah.
It's funny because we have the same suppliers most of the time in wines and products, and it's good because they can bring us the ones we love.
Yeah. No, I like this one. Oh, but you got the. I don't know if we have the Sauvignon Blanc or not. I know we have this.
Yeah.
No, I think we just have the Pinot Noir.
This one was first the Chardonnay, which I love Chardonnay. But also I want to try the
Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc, which I'm not that.
This is more my kind of
also.
thing. It tastes. Going back to you, it tastes a bit passion fruity. This one.
Oh yeah.
A little bit, right? I like this.
Now you say it, you're right.
A little bit, just like, but it's more on the nose rather than tasting it on your palate. You're smelling it through your nose and it comes through onto the palate.
Actually, yes, because I'm cheating yesterday, so supposed to be this full bottle is for today.
Oh, okay.
I opened and I drink one glass yesterday. And I was thinking like, what is this aroma like? Because mostly I drink Chardonnay, but now you says like.
Chardonnay is my go-to.
I agree with you. We should have one day.
So if you go to a restaurant and you order white wine, your normal go-to grape is Chardonnay. How about for red?
For red, my first choice always will be Shiraz.
Okay.
If it's not Shiraz in the menu, I will go for Malbec or Merlot. These are easygoing, same as me. And then if it's not that, I will ask him for the house wine or.
Okay.
But
because I'm like a stereotype.
I would never do I will never go for the expensive wine because sometimes they kill you with the price and you're not in that taste.
Yeah. Well, I see. I'm very stereotypical. Every time I go, if it's white wine, Chardonnay. If it's red wine, Pinot Noir. I'm just okay, Pinot Noir, Chardonnay. Okay.
Yeah. If it's not Shiraz, Pinot Noir is my next choice also.
Because I would just go for those two. Okay. Because the thing is, like, when you go to a place, you don't know what wine is what, right? And there's certain things you recognize from going around drinking, but like there's some you never heard of, and you're like, just go for the Pinot Noir. But I do like to be adventurous as well. If they're doing adventurous wines by the glass, where you never heard of the grape, I'll always go for that. The one I've never heard of before. Yeah. If it's by the glass, if it's by the bottle, I'll go for something that I've heard of because I'm gonna get more yield out of it, right? So I want to enjoy the whole bottle.
Yes.
But they do it like this way, like the restaurant 22 Ships. I think they have like, I think it's a Chenin Blanc or something like that. Or
it's not that I don't try Chenin Blanc, yeah.
I can't remember what grape it was. It was something anyway. And I was like, I've not tried that before. And they have it by the glass. And I was like, okay, let me try. Yeah, I really want to try.
It is okay. With whites, I'm really short in my taste. Like my first favorite always will be Gewürztraminer. I love it.
The Spanish one. The one that we just sell in Tapeo and we sell in also don't know.
No, you have that one Gewürztraminer because this is from
the Spanish one.
No, it's France, south of France.
Oh, we have the Spanish one.
Oh, you have the Spanish one.
Yeah, you need to come and try it. This is my favorite. I don't
it's
like.
Really nice. I love it.
I don't like Gewürztraminer because it's normally too sweet. But the one we have, the Spanish one, oh my god, it's so well balanced for us. Even if you don't like sweet
which
wine.
one I try is so well balanced, so I love it. But then if it's not that one, I was trying it, I will go for Chardonnay or Chenin Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc will be my last list. But as alcohol is alcohol, I'm never racist with no one else.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always a big...
we should have one of our rants with a blind taste. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. Are we doing wine or are we doing food?
We can do
ingredients.
both.
Yeah, okay.
No?
Yeah, I'll be happy with that.
We can do ingredients, we can do food.
I'm terrible, by the way, as a chef. My palate... I think my palate is good, but when it comes to blind taste, maybe I don't know if I get nervous or not, but...
Your palate is
terrible.
good. I think you have better palate than...
No, I don't think so.
It is funny because sometimes we go to a restaurant and people eating and like, oh Arturo, it tastes amazing. What do you think have the ingredients? And I'm like, fuck. People think that because we are chef, with one taste, we says, this have confit garlic with soft of onions, white onions basically from the south of France, and then have this beautiful touch of cinnamon, early pick up in the morning with with the sunrise.
Yeah.
Like no, it is for me it is impossible. I drink a lot, I smoke a lot, so the perfect taste is really.
But you could never. There are, for argument's sake, let's say KFC. There's a famous example. They have their famous secret recipe of herbs and spices. I'm sure some people can work it out because there's only so many herbs and spices. But I think that chef that goes, it's got cumin, it's got coriander seed, it's got garlic powder, it's got this, it's got thyme. I think they're just bullshit, and I think they just worked out by process of elimination, or they saw the recipe. I don't think I'm sure there's some people in the world that can do it, but
no. It is a people that, and sometimes people who know our chef are more sensitive with flavors.
There are some people in the world that have like a super sensitive.
Yeah, palate, I have friends that have really precise that sensitive of flavors. I like it, but I can't make that one. Or I can make that assumption. So that's what go out lately with friends is put me in stress because they expecting that I create a judgment, that I create chef notes, and I don't like it because if I go to a place, I go to enjoy. I don't go
you want to relax. You're not at work anymore.
Exactly, right? And in the other way around, I don't want to do what people sometimes do to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I don't like this one. I'm dairy, but I can eat blue cheese. You know what I mean? So
you are fussy in a restaurant, though.
Excuse
me, my fish is undercooked.
No, I was fussy.
Yeah.
I must admit, what's mean fussy again? Sorry.
You just look up in the dictionary, see fussy, Arturo. No, I'm joking.
No.
Do you remember that time in Souffle? With the fish.
Oh my god.
So I'll give you a bit of a background. So we used to work for the same company called Concept Creations. They had Tapeo 2 restaurants. They had Fritz at the time, two or three restaurants. Chicha obviously was under it. Then they opened this Greek restaurant called Souffle, which is kind of like a modern Australian take on Greek food, right? Yeah. Because a lot of Greeks had emigrated to Australia, and they kind of come up with this new concept of foods, and they opened one. In the beginning, it was really, really popular, and it kind of, I think location-wise was wrong for them in terms
the place was beautiful. Yeah. I love it at Deco.
Yeah. So Arturo went there one day, and then you take the story from there. What did you order? What was the fish? You ordered a fish, right?
I don't. Was it cod?
Or was it cod?
Yeah, was it cod?
Not the Glacier 51.
Yeah. Oh no, was the Glacier 51, which is caught in the end of the day, like a toothfish. Right. It's caught family.
Yeah.
And was.
Were you drunk at the time or?
Super drunk.
Okay.
Oh come on, guys! For crying out loud, we have our last Sunday close on Chichada time. We did a beautiful brunch in Grand Hyatt that we love it, no?
Oh, yeah.
With all the Chicha team members.
Oh, was it that night?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we go to.
I'm gonna sit back and just listen to this story. You talk to them because I'm just gonna sit back and listen to this.
Okay, this is the thing. We go to enjoy our last Sunday off.
I think this one needs to be closer to you. You have this one.
And then I love the Grand Hyatt branch. For me, Grand Hyatt is one of the good branches in Hong Kong because you have more time. I'm not sure if they changed it. It's been a long time I don't go, but at that time you can go from 11:30 a.m. So I was always 11:15 the lift. No, so exactly 11:28 I was sitting, and 11:30 I was having my glass of champagne. No, and you can drink till 3 p.m. So it is good. Food is really nice. Place is beautiful. So we was there till almost 4 p.m. They said, guys, you need to go. Thank you for coming. No, you need to go. I was wasted. So we go to Honey. Yeah, I remember with Donna, we go to Honey.
It's closed down, right?
Yeah, it's closed down.
I think it just closed down, right? I think a couple of months ago. Yeah.
Gosh. So we was in the terrace. No, was a guy that I really liked there.
Okay.
No, and I was joking with him, and then of course after a few more bottles, I'm hungry again. And then Donna is like, let's go to Subla.
Oh, Donna was with you at this
point.
Okay.
She was having.
By the way, you got to hear her name a lot in our videos. She's a very good friend and she works with us as well. So
and then we go to Subla, and of course I was super wasted.
Okay.
And then when coming the code, I was complaining about the code, like, hi.
But from my understanding, Donna was like, excuse me, my fish is undercooked. This was okay. Next time we'll get Donna on the podcast one day, and she can explain this story, and she will have the more sober take on what happened
on that day.
Yeah.
No, to be honest, before I was super fussy or annoying person in a restaurant. Even though, for example, I was the person who
was or
I'm not anymore because years working in hospitality, you get more humble. No, and then before was if I go to a restaurant, they ask me, "Oh, you wanna may I have a water, please, with 2 cubes of ice?" If my water coming with 3, 4, 5, I will like sorry, I said 2 cubes of ice. You know what I mean? That is stupid things that I thought that it was cool to do it.
Okay.
But in the end of the day, it's not, because people are working harder, and it's just cold water. I was so sick at that time, like doing this all no good things. So I stopped doing it. No.
No. Do you know what? I remember because I know how fussy you are, but I remember being in
I'm not fun.
No, I know. I remember being in.
Check fussy.
I remember being in a restaurant with you. No, we're in a bar. Do you remember you had a friend?
How do you spell fussy?
Fussy.
SS, not it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you doing, what's the Spanish translation?
Quisquilloso.
I don't know if that's a good translation. I don't know, because Google Translate is not always the best.
Well, delicado. Yeah, I'm delicate. No, exigente.
Delicate, no.
Exigente, okay.
I'll try to find it and then I'll explain it in English to you. But I remember being in bar. Do you remember, was it Lilo May? Then you had a friend working there. She's the bar manager. Just down from Tokyo Lima.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not there anymore, right?
No.
Yeah. So I remember you being in there. I think it's me, you, and Donna.
And Jack.
Jack and maybe Meow Meow as well.
No, it was
4 of us. And then you're like, excuse me, I want a perfect martini. But I didn't know like a perfect martini was. I've heard of martini. I've heard of dirty martini. I didn't know there was like an actual cocktail called a perfect martini. I thought it was just you being fussy. I just thought it was you being like you. I thought it was just you being you. And I was just like, but like, I mean, what is it? Is it extra vodka or gin or what? I don't know what that is. I was like, why do you? And then I think it was only where I was in El Soda Wan Chai, and Charmer, our barman, he was like, one of our regular customers ordered a martini. He's like, do you want a dirty martini, perfect martini, or a regular martini, or what? And he's like, oh, I'll take a dirty, like extra dirty. And I was like, oh, so perfect martinis. And I was like, fuck, I was judging Arturo. Sorry, we need to.
You see?
You need to. When I say the F word, you need to do the timestamp and bleep me.
What?
You need to bleep me. I just said the F word.
Oh.
I apologize. I don't normally swear, do I?
All the time.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so it was.
Oh, we need to delete that one, right?
Yeah.
We cannot say the F word. Oh damn! And the S word.
What's the S word?
Shit.
I don't know who just said it.
Well, I will edit about this video.
Yeah, no, let's say it. Say it. We can say it if we want to say it.
Yeah.
Can we?
Of course.
No one's.
No, I don't know.
Do we want people? Yeah. Anyway, and then anyway, I was like, oh my god, I judged him. And I actually thought back to that time where in Lilo Me, I was like, oh my god, I was so judgmental. I didn't realize it was an actual thing.
It is true. Like, yeah, it is an actual thing. I'm more in. Why people always have this concept about, even though up until now people think like I'm really fussy.
No, to be honest, I think to be honest, you're a perfectionist. When in your work, and I think your perfectionist thing just carries on in your life. Like you go out, you want your days to be perfect, not just for you but for your friends as well. And I think that's what it is. You want everything to be perfect. So if something is slightly wrong, you get like, oh no, this isn't how it should be. I want it to be like this. So you just tell people, oh no, I want this, I want this, I want that.
Yeah, but I understand. Before I was a bit more annoyed person because you can express yourself for what you want, no, but also you can say in nice ways, right? Because in the other way around,
sure, yeah.
If you are working harder and someone coming and be demanding and fussy, no.
See, you're gonna use this word all the time now, aren't you?
I know, because I like customs. Fussy. Maybe I can do a dance. But if you say things in nice way, people will hear more you.
Yeah.
And they will adore you. No.
True. Yeah.
Rather when you go and you're like, hey, I'm here, blah blah blah, and people will like, oh, damn it, this guy is here again. So it's different way. It took me time to learn that one, to be honest. No. And then when I go to restaurants nowadays, which I don't go out much quite often like before, but when I go out, like I try to make my comments in the nice way, right? No, if I'm disappointed about something, first of all I need to think about it if it's me who has this setup because I don't understand the dish or the concept, or it was something wrong. And if it was wrong, even though I won't eat it, I just say it. It's a problem. It's not my thing. Just no. I want something different. Even though with the wine, with the food, with the liquors, with the cocktails. Before I was more. I think I'm still demanding, but in different nice way. As express myself. Before I was more like hey, I want this one like that, but I did that.
Yeah, so I'm going to bring this back around on you. So as you change as a customer, have you become more accepting as a chef when you get these high demands?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Even though before I was getting annoyed because when someone say it, I'm allergic to pumpkin. No, can I have this without the pumpkin? Before I would say, no. But now I'm more flex in the fact that if it's not affected the whole concept of the dish, why not?
Yeah.
No, because we need to make sure that our guests are pleased and having a great time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Completely.
And then, if it's not affected the dish, the concept, why not? I take it out. But if it will affect it, I will suggest it to. It won't be the wise choice. So why you don't try this dish, no? So I'm starting to get more. Yeah. I think the fact that I'm starting to get more nices in a restaurant, I accepted more guests with annoying things.
Yeah, because I think I'm easy going. I don't think I've ever been annoyed. No, I have been annoyed, but I get annoyed in my head, and then I go to customers and I'm just like, what is it you want again? I'm super blah blah blah. Like
you are more pleasant than I am.
Yeah,
that is true. You have more patience. I think you have more patience.
Yeah, one of the best advices I was ever given was from Viv, who we've mentioned a few times before. Our former boss, is that he always used to say to us, like, who's your boss? And of course most people say, oh, you are boss, you're the boss. And he's like, no, the customer is the boss. And it's like, it's true to a certain extent. Like, I don't believe like the customer is always right.
No.
But your boss is not always right either. So yeah, the customer is your boss. So you try to, because they're the ones, if you don't have customers, you don't have money. You don't have money, you don't have a restaurant. You don't have a restaurant, you don't have a job. It's as simple as that. True. So I always carry this one forward with me. So when people come in the restaurant and they have this, and you know, like if my boss comes in and he's like, oh, I want this, but if customers, I'll be more like, when my boss comes into the restaurant, I'll be like, I'm kind of less bothered if his food is not perfect than actual regular customers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try make sure it's better for customers to come in, because they're the ones paying the money in a sense. And
I'm the same thing. Like, even though my boss I did have a few complaints about my food. They said it's salty. And like, okay, no, I won't say it was, I guess, from Restaurant Week. Oh, I did say it. Sorry. Maybe I can click that part.
Yeah.
But when he tried the food, of course, I still get sensitive with these comments. No. But then when he tried the food, I didn't do anything to change the food at all. It will be, he will try the same thing that they just try it. And my guys cook. It's not because my boss is there, I will cook for him. No, I never do that one.
Yeah,
they do.
Like that. Yeah.
Because what he will try is what the guest try it.
Yeah,
if someone was wrong, it's better he try it and was wrong and we can correct it. You know? So and I tried that one and we say it. So I never, and when he tried it, he's like, okay, it's not salty, it's intense. No?
Yeah. Because
that's my cuisine, it's intense. So most of the time it's kind of palate, but I try to think nowadays for welcoming the people, no? If it's the people who try it and never tried my cuisine, it could be unbalanced or not well make it or no was fulfill their expectations, because sometimes when you have a preconception of what it should be, this kill your experience in the food, no? For example, my first experience with proper tapas in Spain was I don't remember what is the name of these places that you go, you eat, just you have the pint of beer and then they give you the tapas, the food.
Oh, for free.
For free.
Okay, in Madrid or?
In Madrid.
Okay.
So my first day, on my first Sunday, I was just
invest
my money in.
Is this just like one slice of chorizo, one anchovy or something like
exactly.
that?
Exactly. Or tortilla, or pan con tomate.
Yeah.
No. So it is a tapas. So that was my first experience, and I more remember the drinks I had, the beer, no, rather than the food. But I couldn't say it that because it was my first experience, and I know now what is tapas. So
and what they're trying to do there is they're giving you salty food to make you drink more.
Exactly.
Yes.
No.
Right.
So
the food is not necessarily that good.
That's what I say. Like, and
salty.
of course, I cannot for that. Preconcept, I cannot judge all the tapas restaurant afterwards in the rest of Spain that I tried after for knowing that, no?
Yep.
So I'm able to open, but this is because we grew up, we are chefs, so we understand a bit, but some people do not, no? They go a place and they think, oh, this is tapas, and then if you come into your place and they see a Spanish tapas, they say, no, it's not what I eat it. The same thing I have it with my restaurants, no? Because I do Peruvian cuisine, and people coming from Peru, and sometimes they say it, oh, but you know, it's not the same recipe as my mom does. I love that one.
Yeah, I get it. You know what? I get it all the time, and it's like we get a lot of Spanish people come in. We get a lot of comments. I remember, so in the local area in Chumwan, we had a Spanish couple come in, and they're like, they said to the waitress at the time, like, oh, where'd you buy your croquettes from? And the waitress was like, in her head was thinking, well, we make them, so I can't just check with the chef. And then it was actually only me there at the time. It was kind of like after lunch service, only me. And actually, I was just making the croqueta mix myself at the time. And then she's like, they want to know where you buy the croquettes from, but I was like, you make them yourself, right? I was like, yeah, I'm making the mix now. If they want to come in and see, they can come in and see. I'm like, why? It's like, because they said it's the best croquettes that they've had, like, outside of Spain, but as good as what they get in Spain. I was like, oh, okay, explain, because we use the 60-month jamon, probably that's where we got the flavour from, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay. But I said, if you want to bring them in the kitchen and show, like, that we make them, but they thought we bought them in frozen. And then, again, like, in Wan Chai, and we've always had, like, oh, your croquettes are nice, but they're not the same as what my mom makes. And it's like, but the thing is, like, in Spain especially, like, from my understanding of it, it's like, there's certain dishes that everyone does, but everyone has their own recipe of how they make it, and everyone's like, no, you, for argument's sake, croquettes use jamon, no, use chicken, no, use leftovers, whatever, you know. And it's like, you know, or you add this spice, or you add that spice, or when you make croquettes, you just use chicken stock, or you just use milk, or use 50-50, or whatever, depending on the croquettes you're making. So it's like, everyone has their own thing. So I always find that, like, of course your mom's food is, maybe not our mom's, as we've discovered on previous podcasts, is not the best food, but, right?
But I will never compare someone's food with my mom's food.
Exactly, yeah. Only if it's terrible, right? Yeah.
If it's terrible, we say, my mom cooked better.
No, it's like, if it's terrible, it's like, yeah, it tastes like my mom's.
oh, actually, yes. Also, like...
No, my mom is a good cook, but only not in everything.
Few items, yeah.
Like carrots are always overcooked.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, people say it like, oh, it's not taste like and I always say it, or if I have the beautiful honor to learn how your mom do it, I'm happy to replicate. But even though when you're learning a recipe, in the end of the day, you put a little bit of yourself in that dish. For me, the matters is that you enjoy it.
Yeah, and like, I think as a chef, you only ever grow, right?
Yeah.
And I think that, like, your food should change from your experience. Like us, we're not saying we're the most well-traveled people in the world, but we travel, and whenever we go somewhere, we try local cuisine, and we eat, and we start to try to understand flavors, and we try to bring that, if we like it, into our own products. I think as a chef, you kind of grow, and you should be growing, and I think, like, I think as it tastes like, I mean, as I said, like, when we're doing the podcast about me, it's like, I hated food as a kid, but as I become a chef, and I was like, okay, I need to start to understand foods, and when I go somewhere, I need to try anything, and I will try anything once. Literally, I'll try anything, food-wise.
Good, you make that remark, because otherwise it will go for the other way.
Yeah, the only thing I've never tried in Hong Kong that I'm still a bit apprehensive or don't want to try is snake, because I don't like snakes. They scare me. That's my phobia. Phobia in life is snakes.
Oh, really?
So I don't want to eat. That's the only thing I don't want to eat is snake. But I will, like, if I go with someone and they say try. Like, I remember being in Korea, and this is probably very controversial to some people. I have friends in Korea, and they wanted me to try dog. We actually never got around to trying it, and I was like, yeah, actually, let's go and try. And they were telling me, look, it's not like China, where what they do, we have the same way you farm cows, we farm dogs, and there's only certain times of year where you can get it. And the husband of my friend was like, look, so, like, he loves it, and he was like, oh, please, like, come and try, because I want you to kind of, like, understand what it is. We don't eat it all the time, we only eat it in certain seasons, and we actually farm dogs for the same reason as we farm cows.
Or okay, good. I get
it. They're farmed for being eaten, and it's like, there's as much cruelty involved as there is in farming a cow. That's it, you know. It's different to other parts of the world. And I was like, yeah, let me at least try once. At least try, and if I don't like it,
it is good to try different weird
actually, we never got around to trying it. We were a bit time constricted, and we never got, so I've never tried dog, but I would try, because, you know, like, why not? It happens, and it's farmed, and it's always going to happen until something changes in Korea or China or wherever they eat dog, you know.
Well, I think we almost are long time talking.
Yeah, I think we've talked too much.
I have many. After you say you try dog, why we don't make this the next podcast? What do you think, guys? Our all different because I have few meats that sounds weird to try.
Oh, yeah.
But we can discuss about it.
Weird stuff.
So if you like it, our next topic, you can also send messages.
Yeah, well, if you have anything you want us to talk about in food, I think today's word is fussy. I think we started out with fussy customers. We talked about you being fussy and.
Can I have my own definition of fussy?
Yeah, I will try to do what we'll talk about at the beginning of the next podcast. What fussy is. I'll explain to you off
we
camera,
talk about the weird food and what fussy is.
Yeah,
it will be amazing because we have this kind of guests. You say it. I think, but I don't get it. I was somehow.
Yeah, let's talk about
we will try to do this podcast once a week, guys.
I hope so. Being a chef, time's a little bit constrained sometimes. Yeah, we can't always escape. So we always got like our break is normally between 3 and 6, but there's always something going on. Like yesterday I was busy. Tomorrow I've got some tasting I need to do for a wine dinner. And
you have wine dinner tomorrow?
No, we have a wine dinner the next week. I need to do a tasting with the organizers of the event
tomorrow
for the foods.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, like being a chef, like. When you're on break between 3 and 6.
That's never happening.
When you're a head chef or you're executive chef or you're in charge or you don't really.
No, yesterday
I'm actually on break now.
Supposed to be I was having my break yesterday, so I need to go to Shanghai Street to do shopping, which I appreciate it because I love shopping. So
Shanghai Street is
I love it.
It's my chef's wet dream.
Yeah.
Like I want to buy everything. I'm like, oh, that knife's nice. Oh, that knife's nice. Oh, this piece of equipment's nice. But I don't have any use for it now. But I'm like, it looks nice.
No, but I love to go there, even though it's in my break time, because I love shopping and I do shopping. But I do shopping with my money.
Yeah.
So that is better. Like other bitch pay for that one.
Yeah.
So.
But like I'm always like, oh, I want to buy this knife.
Yeah.
And you see like. We're going to another thing. So I want to talk about Japan one day, like my love of Japan and Japanese culture and food and stuff like that. But I remember being in Osaka. I think it was Osaka, and they have like a street that's very similar to Shanghai Street, but it's like undercover. It's a market, and then it's like when I was there, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna buy myself a knife. I want like a real proper Japanese knife, this and that.
You was in the seafood market? No, this is different.
I'm not sure whereabouts.
Because
so there's a market that sells like all
just
kitchen equipment.
Oh no, I wasn't different. But I know what you mean because you see them with a beautiful Japanese knife.
So you know when you go to a Japanese restaurant, they have like all the plastic food out the front of how their food looks, so you can see visualize it. They sell all this kind of stuff that they can make for you, but they have like all kitchen equipment. They have knives and this, and I'm like, I want to get some Japanese stuff, but there was so much choice. I was so like when you go and say on your menu, there was so much choice. I was so overwhelmed. And like I don't know what to get, so I end up with nothing because I didn't know what to buy. It was too like I wanted like the wasabi ball where you grate like the fresh wasabi on. Or
that's my problem.
Or something like that, or the one where you do like the fresh.
I think we should go together always to shopping because you get overwhelming, so you end with nothing. I get overwhelming and
you end up with
everything.
No, because my biggest thing is knives. So like sometimes I'm like a kid in a candy store when I see a knife shop. I'm just like, I want that, I want that, and I know I can't have all of them. So I'm like, no, I'm not sure which. Okay, I'm going. So I just walk out because I don't know which one I want. I don't know which one would be more useful to me at the time. So I'm like, I won't get anything. So I literally just have 2 knives to myself right now. No, 3 knives. That's it.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I do have my collection of knives. Talking about it. But if you ask me how many of them you use in your daily basis, I will say right now I use my cheap knife of 95 Hong Kong dollars.
Oh, is that
it? Street.
Actually, I have like my one. The one I use mostly is a Japanese knife. It's cost me like over 1,000 Hong Kong dollars.
Wow.
And then I left it in my Wan Chai store when we first opened. Then the next day I come back. I was in Chun Wan.
Yeah.
And then the day after I come back and the tip is missing. And I was like, who dropped my knife? And no one would own up to it. Still use it now, it's okay, but the tip is still... And it happened to me twice. It happened with... Because I had a global, which I'm not that bothered about, because the global is the global. And someone else dropped that as well. global it's a nice knife, but it's nothing special.
That's the
one
reason
have is really nice.
I don't use anymore my good knife, or I invest, because if in your day off someone will use it and will break it.
Yeah.
So you get disappointed, and I stop it. So I used to have a collection of knives. I think so I will start doing, because I love knives, swords,
I want
stuff.
more
If I start to have my own things again back, I won't put in my restaurant, because someone will use it and will break it.
And since I've been in Asia, my love for Japanese knives I think Japanese knives are the best in the world.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. The way they focus on make it, and the way and all the culture about it.
Because
you see, it's many things that we can talk about.
It was always like Swiss or German knives were like my big obsession, but no, they're nothing compared to the way the Japanese knives are made are completely different.
Usually, before I started to know about Japanese culture and Japanese knife and everything, I always have the mind of as a chef, like the best knife is the German ones. Which they are good.
Yeah,
we don't say it, they don't.
Yeah.
They are good, but then when I learn about Japanese, I think if I will invest in a really good pack of set of knife, I will do Japanese ones.
Yeah,
I like it.
No, I always go for Japanese. I always see the brands I liked before, whether it's like Hinkles or Wusthof or Gustav or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, or even Victorinox were like a very good basic set, right? I was like, oh, hold them now. I'm like, oh, no, give me a Japanese knife any day. Yeah. The way they're made, the way they feel is completely different.
I mean, it is nice to see when they sharp.
Yeah.
Because
the thing is like you cannot sharpen a Japanese knife on a steel. You have to use a whetstone. Right?
Yes.
You have to. Yeah. And I bought a whetstone. So last time I was in Japan, I was in Japan for about 10 days. I was just staying in the middle of nowhere, and there was a supermarket. It's like, oh, let's go up there, buy some water, because we're driving quite far away. I'm like, okay, let me stop in there, just pick up some water and some like fruit, and we can just eat on the way, something like that. And there's this guy, like a super old guy, about 70, 80 years old, and he's just selling steels. Yep. Whetstones. And I was like, I need to buy one off him. He's obviously been sat there for the past 50 years. He also obviously knows what he's doing. I'm like, okay, I need to buy one. His English was very limited. My Japanese is non-existent. And I'm just like, okay, let's buy one off him. Like, okay, I need one for... Because you know Whetstone has like the rough side and the smooth side, right? I just need one for finishing. I need the smooth side one, I think. And it's like, I have Japanese. And I was trying to explain the brand that I have, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, this one. I think this one is what you need. And like in very broken English. Oh, this one. Okay.
Yeah, but what I like in go to Japan is like the people are truly honest. That they don't want to sell you because they want they need to sell. If they try to understand you, and give you what you needed.
Yeah,
and they do.
And even though they don't speak English, they will try to sell you the best product.
I'm really impressed. I was there for a few days.
Yep.
I think so. If all the situation of COVID happened, Japan will be again my destiny to go.
Yeah, me too.
I enjoy the food. I enjoy the culture.
My first destination is Japan. No, after COVID, I can travel. Sorry, Mum. My first destination is Japan and not the UK. Second destination is the UK after Japan. Sorry.
Well, for me, will be Japan. Will be maybe Thailand or Vietnam, because I never been in Vietnam.
No, me neither, actually.
No.
Yeah.
Or in extreme case, they want to be more adventurous, I will be France. Peru, not yet. I prefer this.
Yeah.
A bit more distance. But well, our wine is almost
Yeah.
Our dome. We have many things to talk. We have many things to talk. You see, about knife, about wine tasting, blind tastings, food tastings.
Or if you guys have any questions about what you want to know, what chefs get up to. If you're from Hong Kong, if you want to know our favorite places to eat, whether it's Western or Chinese or whatever, Japanese, whatever.
You have more lists than I do have.
I don't actually, but I probably eat more local places than you.
I believe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So let us know what you like it,
and some very random places,
and we can have more things to talk about it. I think so. Talking about food, beverage, rants in general terms is a lot. Yeah. So we're talking about a little bit of everything today. If you see, our conversation was from the diets, requirement, allergies, and we go to a huge fan. So
Japan.
Exactly.
I don't know
so
why.
That
they got Japan.
That is what it is. That's who we are. We love to talk nonsense and sense things in different timelines.
Yeah, and if you're in one of our restaurants, come and say hi to one of us. You guys want to know what chefs get up to, what we do in restaurants, where we eat.
Exactly.
I don't know where we eat, our favorite places to eat.
I don't have many places right now in my list because
I have a lot of local places, I think.
Yeah.
So
we have different recommendations. Our recommendations never will be based off friendship, maybe. Of course, yes, we always recommend our 2 restaurants, but then places that we really enjoy quite often. So anything that you think is suitable for you to learn, know, and see our point of view, why not ask us?
Yeah, exactly.
And as you say always,
and we like your feedback. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications.
Yeah.
Oh, see, you're learning.
I'm learning that part.
And we will see you hopefully next week.
Exactly.
We're recording, just to let you know, like we're recording a lot of these before we actually put them on YouTube because we actually have no clue how to do this. We just like to talk. And we decided why not put a camera in front of us and let's just talk. Because every time we get together, we non-stop talking. Before we know it, it's like 6 hours later, and these podcasts are going very, very long as well. So we need to learn how to cut ourselves down. So, they might come out a lot later than after we record them. So when we're saying things like tomorrow or next week, or we opened last week, or we're not doing this yet, it's probably way, 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 way in the past. So
I'm talking about like we are like alive. Also, our timeline as a chef is a little bit tough, so we try as much as we can do it all the
blocks,
and block and then cut it and edit it and send it and you watch it. And
so also if anyone does podcasts or know how to edit, if you want to help us for free, we'll give you some wine
and food
you come and eat in our restaurants.
Perfect.
You'll get in contact with us as well because we have no clue what we're doing.
Absolutely. This is our first time.
We're bad at maths. We're both bad at English. We're both bad because I'm from the UK, but my English is terrible as well. So we're both bad at English.
Mine is more worse.
No, I know, but mine is terrible. For someone as a native speaker, my English is terrible.
Oh, really?
So we're both bad at maths. We're both bad at English. And we're both bad at technology. All we can do is cook and shout at people.
Exactly, why not?
So you pretty well want to help us because we're good at shouting at you, but I don't know.
Thank you, Simon.
Cheers.
I love this moment with you, and
we'll see you next week.
Thank you so much.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye.